Okay. And now we gotta go. Hey everyone, we just give us 2 seconds. We're getting all of our platforms ready for our live this morning.
Good morning.
Okay. Are you in this video?
I'm not in that video.
Okay, hold on. Is that all right? Good.
Yeah, I think we just have to move back so that we fit into all the screens.
Let me move this back. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our live coffee chats with
Hey
Becky
guys.
Nino.
Good morning. We are back at our Newtown office today.
Yep.
The traffic was not nearly as bad as it was last week. Thank
no,
God.
Oh my God. It took me 2.5 hours to get to our mainline office. Yeah, it was brutal.
Yeah. It's how long does it take you to get here?
Literally door to door, an hour and 15 minutes,
Yeah,
except for there was a little bit of traffic.
Right.
So it took a little bit longer, but basically an hour and 15, which is nothing, I think, compared to my 2.5 hour commute and back. So yeah, that was not fun, but we made it. I'm really happy to be here. And just, I love our office here.
I know.
It also it's so funny. Neither of us wore blazers today.
I know.
And when you walked in, I was like, I'm just going to be more comfy today.
Yeah.
And then you walked in and I was like, oh,
good.
She was on the same wavelength.
We were. I was feeling more of a casual morning today. Still professional and not gym clothes, but casual business, comfy.
Comfy. Yeah. I agree.
Good.
Same.
Good. We're it's like Halloween colors. Black and orange.
I didn't even think about that. All right, maybe we'll just coordinate that a little better next time. Unless it's Halloween. Oh
my God.
So maybe back in October.
Yeah. Cool. Well, today, so wait, tell me about, do you have any updates? What'd you do this weekend?
Oh yeah. That's a great question. What did I do this weekend? It's always the best question. Oh, well, the best was that I painted Easter eggs with Gianna this weekend. And that she's 19 months old.
Wait, so do you celebrate the Orthodox Easter?
Yeah, the Orthodox Easter. So that was
Sunday.
Orthodox Easter Sunday, correct. So Saturday, I was like, you know what? I'm going to paint some eggs with her.
Yeah.
And so she's 19 months old. It's the first time. We didn't do anything last year. I recorded it. It's on my YouTube channel if you guys want to check it out. It was really fun. She was excited because she's never seen what happened, so she was like, oh, what is this? She was trying to grab the eggs and all the paint and dye and all of that. So she loved it. Finally finished painting all the eggs. Everything's great. Amelia wakes up from her nap. I go get her. I leave all the eggs drying on the countertop in the middle, on their stands, go for a walk, come back. The whole plate is gone.
Oh my God. Odin strikes again.
The plate with all the eggs is on the edge of the countertop. Half the stands that were holding the eggs are on the plate. Half of them are on the floor. I can see bits and pieces of some of the egg.
Oh my God.
You should have seen my face. I had no words. I automatically FaceTimed Delia and I was like, this is what I just walked into. This is what this looks like. He's like, what? I was like, what do you mean what happened? I didn't eat the eggs. The babies didn't eat the eggs. Ate all 12 eggs.
All 12.
All 12 eggs.
With the shell and everything.
With the shell and everything. I was so upset because I'm like, great, now I can't take my pictures, which by the way, I didn't because I had this whole vision, with the eggs.
They're so aesthetically beautiful.
Yeah, I had this whole vision. Oh, and that whole vision went out the door because I was like, there's just no way I'm painting a whole nother set of eggs. That means I have to go to the store. I have to go boil them. I got to go paint them. I got to do it not doing that. The only thing that I was happy about is A, we have a funny story now. Yeah. And B, I recorded the entire painting process least with Gianna. So I have that on camera and it's on my YouTube channel now. But yeah, that was fun.
Oh my God. So did he get sick from the eggs?
No, he didn't. We called the vet and everything. They just said to monitor him, just to keep an eye on him. But I honestly think that he's just he has some supernatural powers and things that. Odin. I think he can eat everything and still be okay. So
he's this massive black lab who's the sweetest ever.
He's a giant baby.
He is a giant baby.
He's a giant baby.
Oh my God. That is too funny. So At least it was hard-boiled eggs because I have a
Yes.
story about that. So it was last summer and we were grilling and Billy had prepped all of our steaks, got them out to room temperature. So we had 4 fillets, we had
like perfection.
2 ribeyes, 2 New York strip steaks because we had people over. And I like to do like a real heavy, like kosher salt crust on my steaks. Like I pat them dry and then I like real heavy kosher salt, and that's the only seasoning I put on them. And
so then it gives you like that little bit of
like crunchy crust when it's like seared on the hot grill. And then I'll do like a butter compote, like garlic and like Worcestershire sauce and like maybe some fresh parsley. And then I'd use like Kerrygold, like really good butter, and I'll like mash it up, and then I'll just like have some butter.
I love
like over top, right?
butter.
It's my favorite butter ever in the whole wide world.
I don't do milk, but I did start doing butters.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh my God.
You're like, I miss this.
Yes.
Yeah. It's, if you have
it just tastes so different. Like, really I don't think vegan butter can replace it, and I've been doing pretty well with it. So I'm like, good. Okay, well, that's good. So I've incorporated that back in.
And if you're going to do it, go all out and get like the really nice butter.
It's so worth it.
It's worth it. The Kerrygold, it's in like,
it's
the
worth
gold
the
package.
extra
It's from Ireland. Yeah, it's worth the extra $2. So we like step away for like, I don't know, not even a few minutes. And the plate was like pushed back. Well, one of our dogs ate 2 of the 4 filet mignons.
Oh my God.
Just jumped on the counter, ate them because they were the closest to the edge.
Well, that's what Owen did. Yeah.
At least it wasn't filet mignon.
Yeah.
And it was.
Yeah. And I would have been really mad.
Yeah, that would have been horrible.
I'm like, it was just eggs. Like, it's fine.
Oh my God. Well, that's a funny story.
And then we had friends come and visit. So it was fun.
That's good.
Oh no.
I know. The same thing happened to me. Billy just FaceTimed me because he's at the pediatrician with Chase for his 9-month checkup because he turned 9 months yesterday.
I thought that when you're on Do Not Disturb,
well, you know how with iPhones you can pick what numbers come through when it's on Do Not Disturb. So you probably have your mom and I have Billy. I have like 3 numbers. It's like Billy, my mom, and my sister or something like that.
Hopefully everything's okay.
It will because
Zilia.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
She's with the babies right now. So.
So hey guys from Signature Pen. Just tuned in.
Oh, hi.
Yeah. So this week, Billy turned, I can't say his age.
I was to say, I was like, wait, Becky.
Yeah, no. I'm glad I caught myself. So his birthday was this weekend and, it was last week, but because of like how crazy we are during the week with work and everything.
Right.
And he literally has every single material thing that you possibly could want. Like if he wants it, he goes and buys it. So I've just given up on
trying to find the perfect gift.
Yeah, I've just given up because like
he already has it or he's about to
buy it or whatever. Yeah. So I've decided, which if you guys are in the same boat as me, I would highly recommend you going with this strategy, is spending your money on experiences instead of gifts, because I think
love that more.
Yeah, like you make memories. It's maybe something you wouldn't have otherwise done. It gives you an excuse to do it. And it ends up costing the same amount of money as like a really nice gift.
But I think it's so much more meaningful because then you'll always remember that like.
Yeah.
Because half the time I feel like I also get things for Ilya and he doesn't even remember that I got it for him.
Or use it or just like goes in like a closet or something. I agree.
1000%.
Yes.
Whereas this, like, they can't mess up. Like, Becky got this for me.
Exactly.
Nino got this
exactly. Right. So, on Saturday, I had the baby was being watched by Bill's mom. And Bill, like, even though he's like a manly man, don't let him fool you. He loves to be like pampered and do like that type of thing. And so I made a reservation at the spa. I also got to benefit from this too, so I'm not like totally upset. But we went to this really amazing spa in Center City in Rittenhouse Square called Rescue Spa. It was my first time there, and oh my God, if you guys are local to the area and you're looking for a really fabulous spa, you need to go here. It's in the old Barney's building, so it's like right at 18th and Walnut, in the center of Rittenhouse Square, in this gorgeous old brownstone that's like huge because it used to be Barney's. And it's phenomenal, like out of this world. Like I highly recommend.
The level of service.
It's a level of service, yeah. So we got facials. I wanted to do a massage and a facial. That would have been really expensive, and they actually didn't have any availability. So I just did facials. So we both got this facial called the BioLift facial.
I think I heard of it.
Oh my God. So it is wild. It's the first time I've ever gotten a facial like this.
Is that like where it's like green colored?
No.
Or is this like some
no, they actually take, it's through, it's, I don't even know what the technology is called, but what they do is they put this like cream on your, they do like the whole regular facial, like the cleanse and they exfoliate and they, you know, get any like thing out of your, and everything out of your pores and extractions. And the steam is on and they give you a fabulous massage in your neck and your arms and your chest and your shoulders, your hands. Oh my God, I was in heaven getting that. But then the like second half of the facial, they put this thing on your, this cream on your face, and they have this apparatus, like, or like this machine, and they're like these two, like they look like cups, and it's like electromagnetic currents that like they use the like the liquid in your skin, and it pulls, like it's almost like a facelift without it doesn't really hurt, like you feel like this weird tingling because
is it kind of like cupping?
It's kind of like cupping, yes, but it's not cupping, like you don't have like these like welts on your face,
but like for your face almost.
Yes, and so the one is like the like it's like the AC/DC current in electricity, but I know I'm talking about it wrong. I would look it up. It's called a BioLift facial, and they take these like things and they just like massage it and they lift, and it's supposed to be this facelift that. And she was, my esthetician was actually from Russia, and she was saying how like in Eastern Europe, this is, and Western Europe, like all the models before they have a photo shoot or they go down the runway, they do this BioLift facial. Brides before they have their big day, they do this facial because it's like this brightening, lifting, like non-invasive procedure. It doesn't involve like needles or knives or anything. And it was like $225, which I didn't think was horrible. Like get a regular facial, you're gonna spend like $110 or whatever, right? So it was like an extra $100. It was a treat. It wasn't something we do every day, and it was beyond. It was like out of this world. So
well, your skin looks great.
Thank you. Thank you. I mean, I have makeup on, but I could definitely tell a difference. Like I'll have to show Nino when we got this live. Like I took a picture in the mirror right when I was done. After. Yes, like definitely huge difference. So I think I might incorporate that into my like pampering, like, you know, me time stuff. But we did that, and then we walked right down the street to Park, and we had brunch. That was where me and Billy went on our second date, if you remember. And so we went there and we sat outside.
Park is so good.
It's so good. And with a wonderful waitress. And it was just an incredible experience. And then we drove home.
Oh, nice.
So yeah,
that's what we did. Yeah. That's always like a fun weekend.
It was.
Yeah.
But then you feel like the whole day was like kind of shot because like we were drinking mimosas.
Yay.
And so like you get home and you're like in that like day drinking, like, and then I'm like, okay, I have to go into mom mode and like get like sober and then like try to get stuff done around the house, which like didn't really happen.
Right.
And then you know how it is. It's just different now.
It's hard to drink when you have
It's hard to day drink or drink in general.
I think, or just to get out and things like that. Yeah, you know?
Like, we rarely drink.
Because then, like, you want to have fun and you want to have like that extra glass, but then like reality kicks in and you remember that you have a kid to take care of, and you're like, all right, I don't know about that like extra glass.
I know.
Because then you're just gonna struggle the rest of the
day, and it's not
so it's not worth it.
No,
you know.
I know.
I think if you are gonna drink, I think it's just better to like find someone who's gonna stay home with the kids, and you know you have a whole night out.
Yeah.
That you know you can just like let loose, but other than that, not really.
Yeah.
But speaking of mom stuff.
Yeah. So Nino and I were talking this morning about how like just randomly, I'm like, what have you incorporated into your everyday life that makes your life easier now that you're a mom of under two, and I have a 9-month-old and a business to run, and we have spouses and friends and family. Like, how do we do it all? Birthdays. Like, right? And like, do you have any hacks? Like, because I'm always like, before becoming a mom, I never even thought to even ask anyone this because I wasn't looking for any hacks. Like I just had all the time in the world, right? Yeah. And we were chatting, and once we were chatting, I'm like, we should talk about this on our live, because I think that even if you're a dad or a mom, or maybe you don't have kids and you're looking for ways to like be more efficient throughout your day, and we both have things that we wanted to share. So you want to go first?
Sure.
Okay, cool.
So I was saying that the biggest thing that I found is meal prepping. That has been my saving grace. Now, again, I'm not a pro at it yet. I'm still in the process of learning and things like that. But I think with being a mom of 2 tiny babies, I have an infant and a toddler, that alone is a lot. And then especially, being back to work, doing all the marketing for the team, but then also taking clients on as well. And also trying to now incorporate my health back into the picture, like, nutritionally and physically. So having a workout routine, eating clean, all of that. I think the biggest thing that I struggle with, and I know Ilya struggles with this too, is finding the time to just sit down and eat, a nutritious meal, not just on the go. I think that I'm so, like when I had Gianna and Ilya so he's in the Army Reserves, for those of you that don't know. And so once in a while he has to like leave. So when I had Gianna, he left when she was 5 weeks old, and he was gone for like a few months, and I was on my own, and I went back to work, and I was kind of just on my own doing everything. I didn't really eat well, like I would literally have 2 boiled eggs in the morning with coffee. Then I would drink extra coffee during the day. And then my next meal would be at dinner time. Frozen pizza.
Yeah.
Like that's literally all I eat. I think you came to Walmart, and I think I bought like 4 packs of frozen
pizza. I was like, she's like, this is what I'm eating. Don't judge me. I'm like, there's no judgment. I freaking love frozen pizza, so I'm not going to judge.
But I was in survival mode. So like when I'm in survival mode, like I'm so busy that I don't even have time to think about not that like, I don't know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing, but I just kind of like go towards what's going to make my life easier. And at that point, that was the easiest thing. The pizza has a lot of calories. I was getting nutrition, and I had something to look forward to, right? Like I would put her to sleep, and then I would make my pizza, and I'd like be able to unwind for the night before the next day started. And once I got to the pizza at nighttime, it was my method of, it was like my, it's something to look forward to, say, okay, I survived today.
This is my reward for getting through the day.
Like I made it. Like we made it through work. The baby's okay. She slept, she ate, she went to sleep. Everything's great. Like I did laundry, I vacuumed, the dog is fed, the dog is walked, and it was my opportunity to kind of like reward myself.
Yeah.
Now, having the 2 babies, going back to work, I'm realizing like, okay, at the end of the day, like frozen pizza is not something that's sustainable. I mean, yes, I'm sure it is, but like, it's not an ideal, way of living.
Right.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
You can't like live on frozen pizza every single day, every meal. Like,
yeah. And then especially now the babies are eating, right? Like, so Gianna eats food now. Like she's not just on milk, right? Amelia is still on milk, but soon in 2 months, she's going to start her solids and her purees, whatever. So I got to cook for the babies. Then Ilya's home now. So I got to cook for the family. I got to cook for him, make sure he has his lunch, make sure I have my lunch. So I've been struggling with, okay, when do I do this? So at first I was kind of like having a lot of anxiety because it'd be lunchtime and I open up the fridge. I'm like, hey, what are we cooking? Oh my God, we don't have anything. Oh, we're missing this. We're missing that.
Right.
All right, let's just order something for dinner, or let's just do this. What am I going to? So it gave me a lot of anxiety. To then I started to realize, like, we looked at each other and we're like, we have to meal plan.
Yeah.
We have no other option but to meal plan, because if we, or prep, whatever, if we don't meal prep, we're either not eating or we're eating something shitty or we're ordering out.
Yeah.
All 3 are not great options. And you can't have a sustainable, normal, balanced life that way, And so I get a lot of questions because I started posting my days on Instagram and like YouTube and like just what my days consist of. And a lot of the comments that I get are like, how? Where do you have the time? And so I think that's why I also want to talk about it, because it's not every day is perfect. Like today, right?
Right.
Like I woke up later today. I didn't work out. I didn't have my espresso. I didn't do anything. I got a coffee on the go today because that was the only coffee I was going to have time to do. Packed a quick lunch. I did pack a salad today. I had time for that, which was, I'm very happy. And we stayed up late yesterday because I had to cook fish because I said to myself, it's past our bedtime for waking up early the next day. But if we don't cook this fish tonight, we have no food to eat tomorrow.
Yeah.
I mean, we have food, but it's like, we're not going to have like a solid, full packed, healthy lunch to take with us.
Yeah.
So we stayed up later. We did all of that. I packed the meals this morning. So I made Ilya his lunch, made myself my lunch. And it made my morning a lot simpler.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I have noticed that meal prepping has brought a lot more calmness, I think, to my life. For making sure that the basic needs are taken care of. Like, all right, here are Gianna's meals. Here are my meals. Here's Ilya's meals.
So what do you do for Gianna's meals? Like, do you make them yourself? Do you have a service? Because like I, now that, you know, whenever you have a baby or, especially with the way food prices are right now, like 100%. And then I also find that if you don't plan the meals, like something I fall into, and I'm sure you guys can relate to this. I go to the grocery store or I'm on Instacart, which I've been using lately, which is amazing because then you don't have the temptation to like buy junk that you see in the grocery store. But I have like all the intentions of buying healthy stuff, right? I'm like, oh, I'm going to get these peppers and these cucumbers and the celery, and I'm going to get this, that, and the third, and all this healthy stuff. And then I get home and then, you know, life happens and I don't necessarily have a plan for what I'm going to make with that stuff. And then it ends up going bad.
Right.
And then I feel so guilty because I just wasted $40, $50 that I have food I had to throw out. And I'm like, oh my God. Then I have anxiety about that.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, well, I'm just going to eat this frozen, this, that, and the third with all this sodium. And like, and then my diet gets off track. And then, I'm like, oh, F it, I'm gonna have a glass of wine because that's out the window.
Well already.
Like it's like a horrible spiral. I'm sure you guys could like relate to that.
Yeah.
So I think that the planning ahead also helps with that.
Yes.
And then it helps with the food costs because you can say, all right, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we're gonna have this for lunch and dinner, and this is what I have to buy, and this is what I'm gonna plan and cook.
Yeah. And
so what are you doing for Gianna's foods?
So first of all, personally, we just love Costco just because it makes it super easy. You pretty much, I mean, I love Trader Joe's. I love Whole Foods. I love all of that. But the problem for me is that it's a little too far from my house right now where we are. And if I go with that route, then I have to stop by multiple stores, which is like too much. Costco usually has pretty much everything that we need. Maybe we'll have to pick up a few like produce items, like fruit and things like that. But overall, I think they have an amazing produce section. I think a lot of the items that they've been getting in, like the quality of their produce has improved over the years, which makes me happy. And then we also get our basic stuff. So we get all of our fruit and veggies from there. We get our meat and fish from there. We get our eggs from there. We get, sometimes we'll buy the milk from there, sometimes not. And then they also sell like oatmeal in bulk, rice in bulk, chocolate chips for my oatmeal cookies, you know? So it's not that we don't eat sugar or anything like that. It's just more about like the healthier option.
Right.
So what I do for Gianna in particular is she loves sweet potatoes.
Okay.
So we do roasted sweet potatoes. We do chicken for her. We do fish. So she'll eat whatever protein we're having for that week, whatever I cook. I also started doing overnight oats for her. And then I add bananas and peanut butter in the morning to it. And she like loves that. She also loves hard-boiled eggs or an omelet. What else is there? She loves, she pretty much eats just all the standard whole foods, like roasted veggies. Like she loves broccoli. She'll eat different squashes. She loves butternut squash or zucchini. She loves mushrooms that are roasted. And then also either my mom or her grandma or her great grandma will make her soups. So different veggie soups with a little bit of meat. So we'll do that. But typically in the morning, she'll have 2 eggs, a protein, and maybe half an avocado or some other kind of fat. Then for lunch, she'll have a smoothie, so really densely packed fruit smoothie. And then for dinner is when she'll have her like biggest meal.
Okay.
Which will be a protein and a starch and a veggie, typically.
So how old was she when she started eating all of these foods?
So in all honesty, I don't remember because I didn't like track it.
Yeah.
And I never did that. What is that method called?
Baby-led weaning?
Yes, I never did that.
Okay.
I know they say a lot of research says that's actually better for kids. I personally never did it just because I had a massive fear of her choking.
Well,
and I couldn't get myself to do it.
I know.
So she was on purees for a very long time.
So you just pureed the food yourself and just spoon fed her?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing right now because I'm the same way. Like,
yeah. I know a lot of people say, well, like, that's bad. And I'm like, I couldn't get myself to do it.
I watched the video, like he tried avocado for the first time the other day. And I'm using that app called Solid Starts, right? And like every food, it says, okay, avocado. And for 6 to 9 months, this is how they should be eating it. For 9 to 12 and how you cut it. And it's like these long strips of avocado.
And I'm like, did that.
I like my brain instantly goes to him like, and then he's like, yeah. And then I'm like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. Like literally, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to take it and mash it real good and feed it to you. And I let him like, at the end, I let him like grab it and like take the puree and it went all over his face. I'm like, that's fun. I'm like, okay, now we're wiping you down and we're going to get rid of this. Because I just can't. I just have this like.
I have too much anxiety. Yeah.
Do you think you're going to do it for Amelia?
I don't think so.
No. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's obviously always a lot easier with the second just because you're reading a lot less articles. Like first, like a lot less Google. I read. Yeah. Google is my best friend. I've never, like, Ilya is a hardcore Googler. I'm just creating that word. Googler. I'm not. But when I became pregnant with Gianna, I've never Googled so much stuff. Like in my entire existence, even for research papers, I have never Googled that much stuff than when I became pregnant with Gianna. And every step, like every day I would go and Google, can a baby do this? Can a 3-month-old do this? Can a 4-month-old do this? Can I give this to my 5-month-old? Like all of that stuff. Amelia is a little bit more, we're just kind of going with the flow. Yeah. And just like taking what I did with Gianna and just doing the same thing. But I don't know if I have it. I'm just not like, people can say all they want, but I don't have it in me.
I know.
I have too much anxiety.
I'm the same way.
Like the biggest, like the choking and the SIDS are just my like nightmares, and they really, really freak me up, like to the point, like I could stay awake just thinking about all that kind of stuff. So I think we're probably going to do the same thing with Amelia and just like take it slow. And I think that when she's ready, like, and also my personal belief is that why force the child to do that if they don't have all their teeth and they don't even comprehend what they're doing? It's not like you see 30-year-olds. It's the same concept of like when you wear your baby on your baby carrier and everyone's like, oh, you don't want to get them trained to that, or you don't want to get them used to that. Okay, well, I don't see any 30-year-old
clinging to his
child clinging to their mom, hold me, right? So in the same way, like I personally have not seen any 30-year-olds who are fully capable and everything walking around saying, let me mash up my chicken and potatoes. Let me mash up my this to eat it, right? Like if they have teeth and they're fully functioning, they're chewing their food and they're eating it. So I'm more of like, why don't we just go with the slower development and go along with what is right for that child? Like I know, like one of my best friends, her daughter didn't even get her first tooth until like a year old.
Oh yeah.
So like how do you expect? So how do you expect him to like chew full on solid meals that need to be fully chewed?
Yeah, I know. That's why he's gonna just have purees for a while.
Yeah. And I don't know. I think as moms, like we are doing the best.
Yeah.
Like I feel like whatever you're doing for your baby, you're doing what you feel is best for him, because no one knows your baby more than you do.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
So
well,
so that's kind of what I do. So I just really stick to the whole foods essentially. And then I just have it all in containers ready to go so that my mom when she's with the babies or Ilya's mom, like they could just grab, her portion sizes and feed her. And
so when you meal prep for you and Ilya, do you cook more than once a week or do you only meal prep one day?
Yeah, I can't cook for a whole week yet. I haven't figured out that method. So we typically cook twice. Sunday night, I've realized is the best, just because then we have food for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and usually most of Thursday. And then Thursday tends to be the day, sometimes Friday, that we can cook a second time.
Yeah.
And then Fridays is like maybe I'll leave a day extra, or Friday or maybe Saturday more like for a creative meal, like so where I have time to like cook like something a little bit more special that takes longer and it's more like this like
it's hot off the stove on the plate. You're not heating it up in the microwave. Yeah,
exactly.
Okay.
So that's kind of what we do.
Cool.
And we were putting it all into one big container, but now we realize like moving forward
it has to be portioned out in individual containers.
That's the biggest hack. Has to be so that you can just grab it, go, don't even think about it. Save so much time during the week.
Good.
Yeah. What would you say is your like biggest life hack?
So
or mom hack, not life hack.
Yeah. If I had a life hack, I'd let you guys know.
If you guys have a life hack,
please let us know. So this is not on this topic at all of like meal prep. It's actually more geared towards my moms out there. But I would say my biggest time-saving trick is having my hair extensions. Okay. And I know it's a little bit like unconventional to talk about, but so I actually I got my first hair extensions in like 2015.
Oh wow.
My girlfriend Liz put them in. And she was a hairdresser. She does like it on the side now, I think. But it was the tape-in ones, and they were called like Babe. If anyone had used the Babe tape-ins,
I've heard of them.
Okay, and they were cool at the time. It was like 8 years ago now. But they would fall out, and like you would see the tape, and like it just overall wasn't that great. Then in like 2016, I tried the Great Lengths, which was like the bonded ones that like are horrendous for your hair. They looked awesome and they lasted like 5 months, but
are those the ones where like it's like a metal clamp and they literally like
clamp it and it's like each and it takes like 5 hours to install.
But then it's like literally pulling on each of your hair.
And when I finally took them out, my hair, oh my God, it was literally like to here. When I took everything out because everything broke off, I was devastated. It was horrible.
Oh my God.
It was horrible. And then
it would have been hysterical.
Horrible. Then I didn't have extensions in for the longest time. And then my hairdresser now, Brie, who I've been seeing for like 3.5 years now, she introduced me to the ones I have in now. And they're the weft tie-ins. So it's like one row of extensions that just like go all across like
and I feel like those are like the most popular ones.
Yeah, I feel like they're the most popular right now. And they do like minimal to no damage to your hair at all.
Wow.
You can't ever see them really.
I've never seen them.
Yeah, like you can't know that I have them.
So why are these the most minimally damaging ones? I was always curious. Like, so I've never gotten extensions, but I wanted to for the longest time ever, especially like I had a period when I was eating like super like raw vegan and like I don't think I was eating enough, to be honest. And I had lost a lot of hair. So then I ended up just like chopping it just so that it would feel fuller. And I remember wanting to get extensions. So I would look into it all the time. I never actually did it. So I'm curious, like having tried the different ones, like what do you think? Or do you know exactly what it is?
I don't know why, but maybe because this is actually tied in with like string. Okay. So like, I don't really know the process, and actually I'm getting them done next week. I think like these are like at the end of its life. Like if I showed them to you, they're like hanging on by a thread here, but like, that's how they get at the end. They're literally hanging on by a thread. But so next week I'm getting them moved up. So like she takes them out. I get my whole head highlighted, like a conditioner in treatment or like whatever. And then she puts them back in and moves them up a little bit. And then colors, like they get colored and whatever. But I asked her, I'm like, can I film this for my YouTube channel? She's like, oh my gosh, yeah. So I'm actually going to film the behind the scenes of getting a row of weft extensions put in.
I love that.
Which would be exciting, right? Yeah. Like anyone that's like interested in seeing how it's done or like they're curious or whatever.
I'll definitely be watching.
Thank you. Yeah. So that's probably going to be like in 2 weeks from now. But this is actually literally tied in with like string. And maybe that's why it's like nominally damaging.
Right.
Like when she takes them out, like I don't feel.
Because you're not clamping.
No, there's not clamped. It's not like pulling in metal. Like it's like a string that's just like tied. It's almost like a hair tie, you know? But I love them. And
how often do you have to do that?
Every 7 weeks.
Okay.
So every 7 weeks. And I usually like will have them in for like 6 to 8 months, and then I'll take them out for like 2 or 3 months, and I'll put them back in for like, you know, just to give it a break. I mean, you could keep them in all the time, and maybe I will. Like I put them back in right when I came back to work in October, and I've had them in since then. Like I've gotten them moved up or whatever. But the reason why it's a time saving mom hack is because I found like when I have naturally very thin hair, like very thin hair. I have a lot of it, but it's very thin. And I would have to wash it almost every day or every other day if I was like really stretching it, because it would be greasy. If I put it in a ponytail or like braided it, it just got like crimped really easily, and it just like didn't look good. And now with the extensions, I don't know what it is, but like my hair is never oily or greasy. I could go like, I wash it on Sundays and I wash it on Thursdays typically. Like this is so I washed it Sunday morning. So now 2 full days later, or almost 3 full days later, and like you can't tell that I haven't washed my hair. Right. And in between it, I just like spray it with like dry shampoo. I love dry shampoo. Like I'll just do quick dry shampoo, like refresh, and then like today I wore it straight, but like I'll get like a 2-inch barrel curling iron and put like waves in it sometimes, and like it literally took my morning routine from like shampooing in the shower, which costs money, like if you're shampooing every day and conditioning, hair blow drying, which is also horrible for your hair, like when you're blow drying it all the time and putting heat on it. And then just like that whole routine, that's like 30 minutes probably total, right? Now
if
it's
not
like,
more,
if
when
not
you have
more
long hair, because like when I used to have short hair, it used to be like the most amazing thing ever, because I would get it done in 30 minutes, like shower, blow dry, style, and I'm done. Yeah. Now with longer hair. It takes forever. Yeah. Takes forever. Holy shit.
Yeah. Like I know. And so now I only have to do that twice a week. And in between the washes, I just either throw like a flat iron to straighten it, or I'll just like put like loose
touch
curls.
it up. So
it takes 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So
and I feel like that's so much better, because I feel like that also increases your hair growth, because I started washing my hair less because I started reading all these articles. This is like I started this journey in 2019, I think it was, when it was my birthday. It was October 2019. We were getting ready to move back to the East Coast. We were still in Colorado. Yeah. And I was like, all right, I'm going on a hair growth journey, because it was like my hair was still not growing back fully the way I wanted it to. And it wasn't like thick or any of that. Yeah. And as I chopped off my hair on my birthday, and I'm like, this is going to be the start of my hair growth journey.
Yeah. Where look at how long it is. It is wild.
It is actually insane. Yeah. I have
like her hair is like as big and as long as mine, and she has no extensions.
No extensions. And I never in my life thought my hair would look like this. Although I have been losing a few more, like a little bit more hair recently, I think because of the 4 months postpartum right now, which is scary, but I'm still taking my prenatals just because I want to make sure that my hair is still like getting all the nutrients. But still, like my hair has never grown this much or this long as an adult.
Would you attribute it to that not washing and drying it every day?
Yes, 1000%. Because I used to, like you said, wash my hair every day or every other day. And then I would blow dry it. I used to use a straightener like crazy. Now I barely ever straighten my hair, just because sometimes it'll dry and it'll be kind of wavy and I'll leave it. Or if I have an event, or if I'm getting ready for something and things like that, then I'll go a little bit more extra and, blow dry it fully. And sometimes I also air dry it. Yeah. And then only blow dry it
like at the very end. Yeah. Yes. That's actually what I did Sunday, because we had just a lot of stuff going on. So I just washed it in the morning. I let it air dry for like 40 minutes. And then when it was almost dry, I just went upstairs and dried it real quick and it was perfect.
Yeah, exactly. So, but I do feel like the hair growth does come from that. I think not washing it every single day. So I actually do the same thing. I wash my hair every Sunday and Thursday night, basically. So like before the start of the week and then right before the weekend. And that usually is enough for my hair. And I love dry shampoo in between. They also have dry shampoo for brunettes, which is great because I mean, you don't really know this, but like the dry shampoo
it's like white.
It's white.
Yeah,
right?
It's good for blondes because it like makes the blonde even blonder. But I didn't even think about for brunettes.
Exactly. So when I first started using dry shampoo and started like trying it out, I used to spray it and like my whole hair would be like white. And I'm like, oh my God, like this is insane. And then half the time you're spending like 10 minutes just trying to like get it out and like massaging your hair.
Yeah.
But now they make dry shampoo for brunettes. So they put a little bit of like coloring in there. So that when you spray it and then you diffuse it into the rest of your hair, you're not having those like missed white spots or whatever the case. So the only thing is that it like kind of colors your fingers.
Oh, right.
So you gotta like make sure you wash your hands like right away and it doesn't mess up like your nails and stuff.
What brand is it?
Oh my God. It's like the one you see.
The Batiste.
Yes. I was like, I know it's like the one that everyone uses.
And the Batiste. It's oh my God.
I love that one.
Well, hands down I've tried.
And you can get a small mini bottle for travel. Yeah.
I've tried expensive dry shampoos that like are sold at salons. I've tried but this is hands down. They do the same thing, and this is absolutely the best. And
agreed.
Another quick savings hack is you can get it from TJ Maxx for like half.
So
I just load up whenever I go to TJ Maxx.
Favorite.
It's like $6.99 for a humongous bottle. Where if you went to Target to buy it, it would be like $11.99.
I literally buy mine at TJ Maxx as well. I, by the way, love TJ Maxx.
I know it's like my favorite.
I think I will forever be a TJ Maxx girl.
Me too.
Just because Home Goods. You walk in there and you're getting great quality products for less. You know, I think that sometimes people overthink it and they think that, oh, the more expensive the product, the more it's nice to have fancy items. It's nice to get a nice bag or a pair of shoes. But I feel like, I don't know, when I first started working, I used to spend so much money on clothing just because I was like, oh, I have this paycheck and I'm going to spend $100 on a blouse, you know, and things like that. And then quickly you realize, why am I doing this? I'm never going to wear that blouse out. And once you wear the same clothing, it's like as a woman, right? You guys will always want, not you guys, but myself included, we always want to have a new outfit, right? And I feel like clothing, if you style it well, you can get great quality clothing at TJ Maxx for work, for every day, for working out. They have so many cute leggings. For cheaper and be able to have more outfits and then use your budget to really invest into a quality bag that you have or a quality pair of shoes that you have for work or maybe for your everyday, right? I think that goes a lot further and is a much better investment of your money, in my opinion.
I agree. 100%.
Yeah.
So those are our mom hacks, like parenting hacks, life hacks. If you guys were wanting any fun ideas.
And what shampoo do you use? That's what I wanted to ask you. And I wanted to ask if anyone has, because like right now I don't have a good shampoo, I feel like.
So you don't color your hair, I don't think, right?
I do.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah. I started getting gray hair.
Oh my God, so did I. You can actually see it if you zoom in, but I'm not going to do that.
I know. If you zoom in, you can see mine too.
I actually use the Olaplex.
Okay. Because of the blonde.
Yeah, but they have it for brunettes too. They have them for like alt hair types type thing.
Okay.
And it's like a bonding, strengthening, smoothing.
Maybe I gotta try that out for brunettes if they have one.
They do. It's called Olaplex. I've used that.
Because I for some reason thought that Olaplex was only for blondes. Or maybe just because you hear about it often.
It's for colored hair, I think.
Okay.
I think it's mainly for colored hair, but I'll send you the link.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm struggling with because the one I'm using right now, oh my God, I think it's like the Shea, it's not the Shea Moisture, no, I forget the name of the brand. It's also a common brand. I'll look at it and I'll let you guys know next time. But I think that it doesn't do a good job with colored hair.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I color my hair and then I feel like after 3 washes or so, my hair is starting to turn a little bit red.
Oh, okay.
Like a reddish, and I think it's because like the coloring is just coming out.
You have to.
I mean, I usually do my roots and then like what I'll do is I'll do the roots and then extend the coloring towards the tips at the very end.
Right. Yeah, you have to get something
to give it like that rich color.
Yeah.
But you need your shampoo to enhance the richness of the color that you have.
Yes. So sulfate free, like make sure it's sulfate free.
Yeah.
And there's no parabens, and then like color.
Which the one I use isn't, but I feel like it's still not.
Yeah, it has to be like
ideal.
Yeah, this one's good. And like because we only wash our hair twice a week, I'm okay with splurging on an expensive shampoo and conditioner because it'll last me for 4 months.
Yeah, and you also do need a lot.
And you don't need a lot.
Good shampoo.
Exactly, it goes a long way. So
yeah. I agree.
Cool. Well, we are going to wrap it up. We have our weekly team meeting today, which we're super excited about. So we have to get back to work. Everyone's here. If you guys have any questions or topics that you want us to cover for next week, always feel free to DM or text myself or Nino. We always go live on YouTube and as well here on Instagram. And once we get the numbers up on TikTok, because we just you need 1,000 followers on TikTok to go live. But like,
Becky, we're so excited. We're like, we're going live on Instagram and YouTube and TikTok, and then we log on to TikTok and it's not working. And we're like, where's the live button? Yeah. It doesn't exist.
So we are trying to get our TikTok following up. So if you haven't already, follow us on TikTok. I'm just same handle, Becky Rinkevich. What's yours? Nina Royale. Yeah. So follow us on TikTok so we can get that platform up so we can go live there because we need 1,000 followers. And be sure to tune in next week. And if you guys need anything, you know where to find us.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
Bye. Sweet. That was good.